audio. Ya lah tak, suara kau ada kat sini tak.
This week, we're thrilled to unleash the brand new BMW M2 CS. Simply the best in its class.
Yes. Badal dengan kita. And with full mods. Tire and shit. All yours for price of $500.
Want to give this one a try? All right, let's move to the next objective. Two bulls face each other proudly in the Maui sun, symbolizing the intense speed clash that awaits you. What do you think? This was generated by a cousin of mine. I'm not great with poetry, but talking to you about playlists, now that I can do. Motorfest takes on the colors of Red Bull, the most energetic brand in motorsport.
Oh ni endurance. Global Edition round 3 kat mana tu?
Dia tak announce. Dia dah announce the track.
Oh ya, okay.
Aku tengok kat Facebook pun tak ada.
They've been investing in iconic racing disciplines for decades, teaming up with the most successful manufacturers. But
Oh,
they
ya,
also
GP dengan
sponsor more
Team
than
GSR.
500 extraordinary athletes who represent the brand in their respective sports. We can't introduce them all to you, but our playlist host, Becky Evans, went to meet some of them in her show, Motorfest, the podcast.
Pasang kat website
They're
tu
all
dia
specialists in the various
created
motorsports
by
you're
ni.
about to enjoy.
Ya.
Meet us at our brand new playground at the summit of Maui, a world of molten lava and burning rubber. This one comes from my software. I couldn't help myself.
Nombor 17. Select existing team. Kau team mana?
GSR.
Oh ya, aku tak masuk GSR.
Tak lah SG.
27.
Kan 67.
No. 7. If your name is not in the ranking, you automatically assigned to corporate class. Corporate class.
Apa?
So, maksudnya kalau aku tak ada ni, aku akan masuk corporate class.
Oh.
Sekejap, kau GSR ke? Aku, aduh nama dia semua yang team pula. Aku tak tahu team apa.
Dia boleh letak new team kan?
Haa.
Tak lah SG.
SCC aku benda SCC ni. SCC kenapa ni. Abang je lah.
Oh, saya. Yes.
Lo kan.
Sedih.
Sedih je lah.
Ya, mati.
Oh, terkejut.
Oh, makan. Baik.
Silver pot. Silver pot.
Terbang.
Kalau boleh tu boleh. Kalau tak boleh tak boleh. Sekejap, next. Boleh tukar team dalam masa tu ke tak boleh? Kita tunggu. Kita kena tunggu Regi kali 1 tu.
Betul.
Maksudnya next event baru boleh ni tukar team. Itu macam mana? Aku tak tahu lah.
Aku rasa tak boleh once kau dah register tu for the for the season posting.
Jelas. Yelah maksud aku season ni lagi 2 orang kan. Maksudnya next season
Kau boleh tukar.
sedih lah.
Becky's on.
Buang yang kuat. Oh no, that is my GP.
Hi boys and
fan.
girls,
Okay.
Becky Evans here. I'm joining Motorfest for this new playlist and
Aku
I
pelik.
didn't come
Quite
alone.
Oh,
Red Bull sets up at the summit of Maui on a playground dedicated to every possible racing discipline. We love it. In this playlist, you get to become a pro at every discipline and find out which discipline is the best.
What? Oh, what?
Can a motocross bike beat a rally car? Can an AGP beat an aeroplane? It's up to you to take on the craziest challenges and answer the questions that everyone's
Aku rasa kau
asking.
ni aku rasa
And
aku
I
tak
won't be the only one
aku masuk
hosting this
Copper ni.
playlist. Motorsport stars will join us and give you all of
Copper
their
apa?
tips and stories.
Apa geneta?
It's shaping up nicely.
Yang kena-
Let's go.
yang kena
Let's
kenal.
begin the Red Bull experience.
Geneta.
Tak, siapa yang kenal dalam ni?
Oh. KSM ada kot.
The clash
Ryan
of
Go.
disciplines starts now. To get the full experience,
Kenal
check out
Laksman.
Stars of Red Bull, the new track list in the music player.
That means kau risau awal lah.
Sebab hari Jumaat.
Bola 8 macam tu tak apa.
Try je lah silver kan.
Kau tak try lah silver kalau dia campak kau apa lah. Itulah.
Row 77. Terus sedih.
Let's see what's coming up.
Aku tahu memang abang lah. Aku memang noob.
We start this Red Bull playlist with a rallycross race. Let's see how the Ford Puma Hybrid will fare against other rally monsters like the
Oh
Audi
my
Quattro,
God.
the Citroen C3, or the Focus RS. But before that, we take a look at Motorfest, the podcast.
Tapi yang kawan ni Farah kan? Kawal mana?
Apa tu?
Kawal website ni. Tengok macam mana tiba-tiba dia kenal dia tantang nama apa gila. Nama dia macam
nampak Baimi macam
mesti abang dengan abangku.
ya aku tak
ada kau lagi
dalam grup tu.
Ada kau lagi. Tak kan kalau Fahad.
Hey
ada kau
guys, welcome to Motorfest, the podcast. Here, I get real with Red Bull athletes to tell us about the
Okey lah, at least ada rumah ada lah aktiviti malam hari Jumaat.
And let's talk about rallycross,
Malam Jumaat.
which is the
Kami-
theme of the first
Kan
playlist
malam
event.
Jumaat ada
For the
aktiviti,
occasion,
malam
I
Jumaat ada
asked two of the
aktiviti.
most
That's
exciting
not what I
rallycross
meant.
names about their ideal car. Here are the
That's not
handsome
what I
ones.
meant. But
Guys,
layankan
welcome
je
to the
lah.
podcast.
Thank you so much.
So, Timmy,
Malas nak tengok beli. Aku just want to play game.
Akura hybrid kan kereta dia. Akura punya LMP.
Welcome to the Red Bull Playground, boys
the
and girls.
RS.
Becky Evans here, improvising as the voice of the playlist. Ray
Oh,
Waller,
tak, oh, lupa.
the
GTP
official
tak ada
voice of the
hybrid.
festival, is bedridden. But don't worry, he'll be back soon. I'll be commentating on what you see, and don't
GTP
panic,
ada
because
hybrid
things
tak
are
ada?
going to happen fast.
GTP tak ada hybrid langsung kan.
Aduh.
Tapi Akura
Belum ni
oh ada.
LMP ada hybrid.
Ada.
Tak pasal dia sekali ni LMP dia juga kan DCP sudah ni call LMP.
LMDH.
Memang dia
LMDH
nak
tu.
Drivers are
Sekarang
entering a
aku kena
tunnel for
kena
the
ni
first
balik. Apa
time.
kena? Kena belajar balik semua ni. Kena belajar new regulation untuk
So last
Now they
Mereka.
have to adapt their
last
driving to the
regulation
tarmac.
orang was
It's a
for
cross-terrain race,
LMDH.
just like this playlist, mixing all the disciplines of racing.
Oh,
Kau
dia
tak
mesti panjat dinding bangsat.
siapa engkau?
Ha.
Tu biasa, the crew kan. Kau tak pandai ninja, tak sah. Tak kau pelik macam tiba Red Comet Gaming tiba-tiba ada Red Bull ni macam dia ada sponsor. Tak mending kau.
Oh my god.
Oi. Ya Allah, kau panjat dinding bukan biasa, sial. Oh, je kau panjat dinding macam apa panggil dia? Panjat dinding tu je punya tak.
Start
Second lap, ladies and gentlemen.
jauh sangat ke belakang
Kau wall ride dinding tu kan. Tapi kau wall ride pun.
Welcome to the Red Bull Playground, boys and girls. Becky Evans here, improvising as the voice of the playlist. Ray Waller, the official voice of the festival, is bedridden, but don't worry, he'll be back soon. I'll be commentating on what you see, and don't blink because things are gonna happen fast.
apa aku klik kan. Ya. Atau dia pakai dah. Ya apa hal dia punya overstay macam tu siap.
Drivers are entering a tunnel for the first time.
Sekejap ni event ni. Bukan kan? Bukan tau. Oh, okay.
Now
Fortnite.
they have to adapt their driving to
Apa
the
ni lah,
tarmac.
Fortnite.
It's a cross-terrain race.
Kalau kau
just
main
like
yang
this
ada build,
playlist,
dia tak ada
mixing all the disciplines of racing.
extra armor. Kalau kau main yang no build punya, kau ada extra armor. Yes. Yes, aku main sebab member aku ajar. Aku tak main solo.
Tak apalah. Kita bisa lagi try je. Soalan lah.
Second
Punya
lap, ladies and gentlemen. I've always wanted to say that.
Oh, yang tu. Laju gila.
In my last podcast, Timmy Hansen explained how essential it is to
50 cc
gather enough
two stroke.
speed, keep the nose up, and
Boleh
land
sampai
flat for a
1.3.
successful jump. Woohoo! Looks like this one
Boleh
is
go
the
lagi ni aku rasa.
podcast.
Piston besar mana je start 50 cc. Bunyi semut. Tu dia 1.5 bye.
Legends on the grid today. I see the Audi S1 EKS RX Quattro, the 2016 world champion, has started in first position. But the big surprise, undoubtedly the Ford Puma Hybrid Rally 1, the brand's first electrified rally car.
Tu dia kerak lah.
Last round, boys and girls.
sangat dia tiba-tiba.
Welcome to the Red Bull Playground, boys and girls. Becky Evans here, improvising as the voice of the playlist. Ray Waller, the official voice of the festival, is bedridden, but don't worry, he'll be back soon. I'll be commentating on what you see, and don't blink because things are going to happen fast. Drivers are entering a tunnel for the first time. Now they have to adapt their driving to the tarmac. It's a cross-terrain race, just like this playlist, mixing all the disciplines of racing. Second lap, ladies and gentlemen. I've always wanted to say that. In my last podcast, Timmy Hansen explained how essential it is to gather enough speed, keep the nose up, and land flat for a successful jump. Woohoo! Looks like this one. Listen to the podcast. We have dirt legends on the grid today. I see the Audi S1 EKS RX Quattro, the 2016 World Champion, has started in first position. But the big surprise, undoubtedly the Ford Puma Hybrid Rally 1, the brand's first electrified rally car. Last round, boys and girls.
Naik dia. Spin je.
Welcome to the Red Bull Playground, boys and girls. Becky Evans here, improvising as the voice of the playlist. Ray Waller, the official voice of the festival, is bedridden, but don't worry, he'll be back soon. I'll be commentating on what you see, and don't blink because things are going to happen fast.
Mulligan!
Mulligan. Saya bersih.
the tunnel for the first time. Now they have to adapt their driving to the tarmac. It's a cross-terrain race, just like this playlist, mixing all the disciplines of racing. Ladies and gentlemen, I've always wanted to say that. In my last podcast, Timmy Hansen explained how essential it is to gather enough speed, keep the nose up, and land flat for a successful jump. Woohoo! Looks like this one listened to the podcast.
Oh, I did not.
On the grid today, I see the Audi S1 EKS RX Quattro, the 2016 World Champion, has started in first position. But the big surprise, undoubtedly the Ford Puma Hybrid Rally 1, the brand's first electrified rally car. Last round, boys and girls.
The heck is wrong with the car? They're oversteer. I don't understand why it's oversteer.
That's one way to start a playlist. A great way to prepare for our first speed clash.
Time for a first clash of disciplines. 2 disciplines, 2 paths. Choose your discipline and prove that it can set the fastest time.
Oh, what is that corner?
Becky, your turn.
If you guys that one. Every Obviously, I take the car. Not for no.
All right, boys and girls, I'm super excited because we
Skipping. Api.
The Ford Puma. Now you know better than anyone what this machine is capable of. You're witnessing a real speed clash. The first one to the finish is the winner. Right now, the bike and the car are on the same course, but to keep things fair, they'll diverge onto separate routes, designed to let each vehicle work to its full potential. The course is about to split. Straight ahead for the car, right for the motorcycle. The KTM definitely has the advantage of airtime. She's much better at jumping. But the Puma can deal with asphalt and is more reliable on straights. Both have their strong points. Which one will exploit theirs best?
Need on the brakes there.
No matter the vehicle, dirt requires reflexes, but above all, instinct. Making the right choices quickly is the key to surviving the race.
Every back corner it's like it's always say what the fuck.
Rally beats motocross. We've got our answer, boys and girls.
Oh, just beat it.
The dirt chapter is finished. We're moving on to asphalt vehicles.
Finally.
We start quietly, and I use big quotation marks, with a little warm-up ride on a racing bike.
back to the podcast studio.
Skipping.
attention, boys and girls. This event can seem simple, but it's crucial for our driver. A time attack to test whether the driver can handle the next clash of disciplines.
I don't know how bikes are meant to be built, but I'm just doing it.
The Glass Bend is undoubtedly a playground landmark, and no lie, it's definitely not safe.
Over.
The RC16 is a little marvel. We had to wait until 2017 to see the RB KTM factory join the competition. The brand has won everything in other competitions, so it was time to see them take on moto racing. Better not look down. Make some noise for our driver. It's the last lap. Won't be enough to get to the next stage. Let's give our driver some encouragement for a second try.
Time lagi.
Pay attention, boys and girls. This event can seem simple, but it's crucial for our driver. A time attack to test whether the driver can handle the next clash of disciplines. The Glass Bend is undoubtedly a playground landmark, And no lie, it's definitely not safe. The RC16 is a little marvel. We had to wait until 2017 to see the RB KTM factory join the competition. The brand has won everything in other competitions, so it was time to see them take on moto racing. Better not look down. Make some noise for our driver. It's the last lap. Moto test passed. Now our driver can either play it safe and keep this vehicle or roll the dice with something unknown. It's an agonizing decision.
Clash of disciplines in sight. When a racing bike meets a racing car, it's a real battle for the asphalt.
What's that? Race car. Race car.
For the next one, Ferrari meets Red Bull.
You can do better. Let's just rewind that one.
of racing cars has just put an end to the discussion.
Radio Flash. Hear all the insights on the world of racing on Sounds of Red Bull, the official channel of motorsport.
On reef.
Hey, boys and girls, I hope you can keep up because we're.
Drivers are focused. The start is imminent. Let's go! A full AGP race. Using boosts in the right place at the right time will be decisive. Second lap. It's raining. It's going to be a completely different race from now on. The RB AGP Museum is on this circuit. 4 generations, RB 13, 14, 18 and 20. 7 years of evolution from Renault to Honda engines. Between them, these 4 account for more than 70 podiums. Ultimate lap. Drivers, if you've got any extra nitro, now's the time to use it. Superb victory. Proof that RB AGP just keeps getting better and better.
Betul lah sangat.
You've just discovered the RB20. You can keep it for what follows, but you can also opt for a vehicle that's a little less earthbound. The choice is yours.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly. Okay, fly.
Back to the podcast, guys. As you've seen, the playground is a... This is the second time that Red Bull is loaning you the RB20. You'll start to make a Dutchman jealous.
How come it sound different?
Unsurprisingly, the AGP has the advantage on startup, but once the plane is airborne, it's a different story. If you're a Red Bull addict, you'll probably know that this isn't the first time an AGP and a plane have been put on the same grid. Last time, it was in a straight line in a drag race. Here the plane will have to make very tight turns if it wants to keep up with the AGP, which is much more accustomed to doing so. That's really exciting. We enter the second lap. I'm sure you're familiar with the RB20 on the track today, certainly more so than its aerial rival. Stressed for 10G and capable of reaching 975 meters per minute, its size makes it the perfect aerobatic aircraft. Let's hope our pilot will give us a taste. Oh boy, they're neck and neck. This succession of turns is tricky. When it comes to speed, the AGPs play in a different division.
One more clash to close this Red Bull playlist. This one is big. Confronting two disciplines is not enough. So Motorfest and Red Bull are offering you the choice of 3. Which is the best? Becky asked our Red Bull athletes what they think.
Go ride. Oh, it's not the RB20, it's the older one.
AGP, champion of all motorsports? Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with those bank 30 cents anymore.
Who will cross the line first in this head-to-head race? Answer in, about a few minutes. The rally car has already changed its course to reach the dirt. Each vehicle has its own special route designed to match its strengths. The AGP stands out for its speed and braking quality, and of course it sticks to asphalt and is unbeatable in corners. So to make things fair, it will be racing the longest route. The bike's route, on the other hand, is shorter but ultra-technical, forcing the rider to swing through the curves without losing speed.
It's absolutely fine. The car, other than the moment it was flying. Terbang.
The AGP seems to be ahead for the moment, but don't forget that its path is the longest. Everything can still change.
The bike.
win the ultimate racetrack, the Speed War. The AGP won, ladies and gentlemen, the Queen of Motorsport, the one and only.
Ayun. Last 13 seconds.
Don't forget to grab your reward vehicle, driver. End of Speed Clash, the first milestone in a promising relationship between Red Bull and Motorfest. I'm sure this is just the beginning. You've discovered a multitude of racing vehicles in this playlist, all of them motorsports gems. But we had to choose just one for the reward. We thought maybe you wouldn't mind having a Red Bull branded Ferrari in your garage. The Ferrari F48 Edge GT3 FE Corse is just for you. A new playlist just opened up.
Oh.
A new playlist just opened up. It's time to discover a brand new playlist, and brand is truly the right word. It's focused on one of the most popular brands in the world, Bayerischer Motor and Werke. Sorry, you haven't heard of Bayerischer Motor and Werke? I guess you know it in English as Bavarian Motor Works. Still nothing? Maybe you call it BMW for short. Ah, there you go. I knew that would ring a bell.
That was good today.
BMW vehicles have all it takes to be iconic. With their sporty curves and breathtaking performance, they offer driving pleasure at every turn. And to offer BMW the tribute it deserves, Motorfest welcomes the spokesperson of BMW Group Classic. Let's meet him together.
Okay. Kenal di situ. Bodohnya. Ini alah bodohnya. Assist.
All right, let's move to the next objective.
Fast travel. Or Tak dapat. No red? Ooh. JDM lah. Wait. Arbon. On longest active. Ada. Oh ya. Aduh. Oh my god. Not gonna lie, that looks hard. One. Okay. FS. Oh. Braking technique. I learned from the best. Oh crap.
Let's call this a do-over.
Oh really? What's the good ones? That's good. Oh, that is good. That pilot to this one, we can put that number 6 down. Like, because it will, by flashback, it will go back me, send me way back. That's a bad idea. Oh, what the fuck? Eat up my tank. Oh, itu anjir, itu anjir, itu anjir. Right, I think there it is. The corner was it? Doesn't matter how fast I feel. Good time.
No shame in trying again.
Oh,
No shame in trying again. Let's call this a do-over.
just finished it. the right, I need to go to the left. Oh. So it doesn't. Dalam escape. Dalam I need both. I need recommending go the other way. What? Let's go now. Pada sebenarnya Actually, that's a good idea. Why am I going this way? brake. That's the logical choice. It's choice. So I have to drive the M2. How do I do that? Alfred. Stop doing the oh. Ins. Pun podcast ni. Yup.
activity promises to be engaging.
Malah ada like kalau kedot. Oh, you.
Let's refocus on the objective.
Yeah, I know the flying, the butterfly. Eh? Oh fuck! Who's that? dalam. The other way. Which one? Henry's. I don't know. Nope. Because I don't have it. What are those? Why so expensive? 2 mil for the cars. What in the actual hell? This is a hypercar? Oh, what? Oh, so cheated. The 12 cylinder, 12 cylinder. I don't know how to speak Italian for 12. The Itosu. Holy crap. Gotta see. Money, eh? Oh, the cheapest. Oh. Right. Oh, that's cheap. That's cheap as well. 400 only. Our oh, we have some 1 mil. Next. Um. Load this. Rati. Vale. This son? Wow. Hit it down the line. I this I maybe, but okay. Red Bull. Before.
Playlist cleared and ready for takeoff, driver. It's time to discover a brand...
Get out. Okay.
New playlist. And brand is truly the right word. It's focused on one of the most popular brands in the world, Bayerischer Motor and Werke. Sorry? You haven't heard of Bayerischer Motor and Werke? I guess you know it in English as Bavarian Motorworks. Still nothing? Maybe you call it BMW for short. Ah, there you go. I knew that would ring a bell. BMW vehicles have all it takes to be iconic. With their sporty curves and breathtaking performance, they offer driving pleasure at every turn. And to offer BMW the tribute it deserves, Motorfest welcomes the spokesperson of BMW E-Classic. Let's meet him together.
Hello, my name is Mark. I'm
Mark,
the
bye, Mark.
Three legendary letters. BMW. A playlist to discover what ultimate driving feels like. What is next in line? What an impressive sports car you're driving. It certainly sets the tone for the first event. But that's not the first vehicle you're going to drive in this race. Motorfest and BMW have something else in mind. Something truly special.
Oh, shit.
Let's head to the Hanoma racetrack. You're about to discover one of the most legendary cars in BMW history. It's so famous that it literally earned a place in a museum.
Don't be. Wait, kita. Let's get.
let's do this. Eyes up, stay focused, and put in the best possible performance. You've got to live up to this car's reputation. She's a legend, you know. Okay. It's probably something you hear quite a lot at Motorfest, I know, but you gotta believe me. After BMW became popular in the 60s, their cars were more and more used by private motorsport teams, but they still didn't have their own racing division. So they started one in 1972. They called it BMW Motorsport, simply BMW M now. And that was their first car, the 3.0 CSL. And I mean, what a car. First off, she's absolutely stunning. Look at the iconic M colors on her body. Look at her shapes. Look at the perfection of her design. And more importantly, she's so light and powerful, she won 6 consecutive European Championship titles. Yeah. She's the most impressive of her times, and I can't believe how lucky you are to feel her in action on such a beautiful racetrack. Oh, and I'm Anna, by the way. Sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. I've been racing professionally for what, like 10 years now? More if you count the karting when I was a teen. As you may have guessed, I have a soft spot for BMW. That's why I've been asked to host this playlist. I've never raced for them officially, though, but life's long, so who knows? And here we go. I bet you didn't expect to ride a motorcycle for the second lap, did you?
Nope.
But actually, bikes are a really important part of BMW history. Did you know the first ground vehicle they ever built was actually a motorcycle? It was in 1923. Yeah, I know I sound nerdy right now. The one you're riding is the S1000RR. It's what we call a superbike. Superbikes are extremely powerful, technologically advanced motorcycles that are relatively light for the speed they can reach. They're designed for both track and road use. And yours is the 2015 edition of the S1000RR. It's still pretty great, as you can see for yourself, but since then, they've released many more powerful editions. Finally, the BMW M Hybrid V8. What a beast. Released in 2023, this car has been built for endurance races, such as the 24 Hours of Le Mans, my area of expertise. An endurance car has to strike the right balance between performance and stability. They must go as fast as possible and yet be able to hold up over time. And the same goes for you. If you're the racer inside the car, you must stay at the top of your game for a very long time while constantly making strategic choices. But today we're only doing a short race, so never mind that. Just focus on being the best. The Hybrid V8 will do the rest. that's it for the first glimpse into BMW's history. A real time travel.
CSL was the big surprise of the first event. Did you enjoy driving it? I'm sure you did. Let's go to Maui, where the rest of the playlist will take place. Anna. Nice lady, don't you think? She probably won't tell you this, but she really insisted on hosting this playlist. She even chose all the vehicles you're going to drive. I guess everyone has a favorite brand. In fact, Motorfest initially wanted her to host a more motorsport-oriented playlist, but she refused, arguing that BMW is actually all about motorsport and performance. That sounds promising. still have plenty of BMW vehicles to discover together. And I think Mark wants to share a few words about the next one.
The BMW 3 Series is the core product of the BMW AG. It's all we are talking about. And the BMW M3 E30 is the peak development of this whole series. If you talk about the sport evolution, it's a very special car. It was much more lighter than the normal BMW M3. It has more horsepower. And it was only available in 2 colors. So these are all aspects which make the car very special.
Now with the M3, we're touching on an important part of BMW's history, the 3 Series, the face of the brand. So as you may know, since the early 70s, BMW has been dividing its models into 8 different series. The 3 is without question the most popular of them all. The one you're driving is the E30. It's the second in this prestigious line, and an instant hit in 1982. Not just for car enthusiasts, no, but for the mass market as well. They sold over 2 million. That's huge, especially since they weren't cheap. But this car deserved it. She truly did. For sure, it was the most powerful sedan available at the time. So, when BMW Motorsport needed to put a new car on the track, it was obvious they would create one based on the E30 and make it even better. And that's how we got the first M3 ever. We spoke earlier of the success of the 3.0 CSL, but it was nothing compared to what this car achieved. She's simply the most successful touring car in motorsport history. She has more than 1,400 victories. Yeah, I promise you. She won everything. Rallying, endurance racing, but also BMW's most beloved tournaments. The DTM, the German Touring Car Championship. The funny story is that BMW had to build 5,000 street-legal cars and sell them to the public just so they could compete. And they did it. But they were skeptical at first because they thought it would never sell. Of course, they were wrong. They sold 3 times more than expected. Whatever the model, the E30 has left its mark on a generation. She's loved by underground communities for tuning, for drifting, but you can even see her on album covers and rap videos. She's a cultural phenomenon. Great run. It's wonderful to see this car taking over the roads of Maui.
It's time to continue our journey into BMW's history.
Box it.
This time we're going for a BMW Z. Do you know what the Z stands for? It means Zukunft, future in German. I guess it's BMW's way of promising they'll always keep innovation and experimentation in sight. Here we are. No special words from Mark, but don't worry, Anna has a lot to say about this car.
The Z4. For a few moments, let's put aside vehicles designed for extreme racing and enjoy just driving for the pleasure of driving. Well, I mean, you still have an aggressive opponent in this race, of course. Where's the fun without one? BMW Z models are what we call roadsters. Two-seaters made for relaxing behind the wheel, appreciating the scenery and the thrill of speed. And look at that. We just have the perfect spot and the perfect weather to enjoy this ride. The only thing you're missing is the wind in your hair. But you are driving a coupe cabriolet, so I guess you could theoretically enjoy the open air if you wanted to. Your car is the Z4 E89, a very cool model for two major reasons. Number one, it's the very first BMW to have been designed by two women, Juliana Blasi for the exterior and Nadia Arnault for the interior. They wanted to break the classic roadster image with a car inspired by the human body, athletic and beautiful, designed for all driving enthusiasts. And number two, the E89 has indeed been adapted into a real racing car, the famous, beautiful, and successful Z4 GT3. That's an obvious part of my passion for this car. I own the car you're driving. And did I forget to tell you that? I know what you're thinking. It's not as sporty as the others. And that's true. But on weekends, where I'm far away from the races, it's the perfect car for open roads. Described her as an expression of freedom. Would you say the same?
The next event is going to be really different from the previous ones. Motorfest really wanted to show how diverse and surprising BMW can be. I won't say more, except that you'll have to go to the top of the mountain to see the starting grid. And you'll see, the beginning of this race is going to be memorable.
That's what I call a jump. I'm glad you survived that one. Hold on tight. The descent ahead is more dangerous than it looks. Awesome! It's for these unique moments that we all like to go off-roading from time to time. I gotta admit, it's not where I'm at my best, but I really wanted to get off the beaten track at least once during this playlist. BMW and off-roading have a strong history. They were famous in the Dakar Rally in the 80s, and they've been building bikes designed for the wilderness ever since. Your ride is one of them. It's an R1200 GS, and at BMW, every bike marked with the GS letters is a bike made for adventure. And adventures, they can happen anywhere, you know? On the edge of the unknown or just down the street from your house. So they need to be prepared for every occasion. They're built for both city riders and budding explorers. Well, to be fair, this one's being prepped by Motorfest, so it's a little more suited for the extreme conditions than the ones you could find in a regular shop. But you see what I mean. Great race. You're not doing too bad.
Am I?
Next race will be once again focused on BMW M vehicles. Speaking of which, do you know where the famous M colours come from? That combination of blue, purple and red? In the 1970s, BMW Motorsport wanted the American oil company Texaco as one of their sponsors. So, to win them over, they incorporated Texaco's red to the design of their first cars. When the deal was rejected, they decided to improve their livery by adding an extra blue line, the official color of Bavaria, home of BMW. Then, to complete it, they finally added a purple line in between. And just like that, the BMW M colors came to life. Of course, nowadays, BMW says that the red color stands for motorsport, not for Texaco. But I'm sure you'll think of it the next time you see the M logo.
Michelle.
Look at that lineup. We're up against BMW's finest, a collection of some of the latest M models. See that white car? That's an M8, a 625 horsepower monster made for everyday use. And the dark gray one over there? An M5 CS. We'll talk about her later, but let's just say that this series has been producing missiles since the 70s and is not about to stop. The other ones are M2s and M4s. They come from series born in 2013 and 2014. Racing them is gonna be tough. The road is narrow, with a lot of sharp bends and not many places to accelerate. Overtaking here is a challenge. You have to use the occasional straights with guts and confidence. Clearly my kind of track. To give you a fair chance of winning, we put you behind the wheel of the fastest production car BMW has ever made, the M4 CSL. Yeah, you heard me, a CSL. BMW only made 3 of these in 50 years. The first one was the 3.0 you drove earlier, and this is the third. And to make it even more prestigious, you can even notice a special emblem on her body celebrating BMW M's 50th anniversary. So the real question is, does she live up to the CSL legacy? Well, she hits 200 kilometers per hour in only 10 seconds and holds the BMW record on the famous Nürburgring circuit. What more is there to say? You better win with a car like that. CSL. Competition, sport, and lightweight. I hope you felt that DNA at every turn.
Wonderful race, driver. Now let's head to Maui's volcano for the next event.
Oh crap.
You'll be driving the i8, the first plug-in hybrid sports car to go into series production. It's still as impressive as it was 10 years ago, but I'll let you be the judge of that.
Out on the clock. I don't give me that.
Okay, be careful. This outrun requires your utmost concentration. One mistake or two, and you're sure to lose. Stay sharp. I won't distract you too much, but I still gotta talk about that spaceship you're driving. Yeah, I'm sorry to call it that, but I'm sure you were thinking the same thing. And hey, I don't mean it in a bad way. I love the way she looks. The BMW i8 is a car that stands out from the crowds. It's actually hard to believe she's indeed a production car and not just a concept. Like, it's crazy how futuristic she looks, even though she was revealed more than 10 years ago. The contrast of her colors highlights all her curves. And there's something about the way she's shaped that makes her intriguing and elegant at the same time. I'm glad the sun hasn't fully risen yet, because I find her even more beautiful at night. Those U-shaped taillights give her so much personality. You might be wondering what's the story behind that car. Well, it all goes back to the early 2010s when BMW I was created to develop a range of electric and hybrid vehicles within the brand. Only 2 models came out of it, the compact i3 and the i8, the sports car you're driving.
Sports cars is for... That's what they say, basically.
There were never any others because they updated their strategy. Rather than creating a separate lineup, they now implement their technologies into their main series. A smart move, I guess. But I would have loved to see more cars like this one. Wouldn't outrun you.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm afraid we're heading towards the last event of this playlist. Yes, I know. Already. But we're not going to say goodbye without one last hooray. This final race, you'll be driving not 1, but 3 of BMW's finest vehicles. And I hope you've got some time to spare, because this isn't going to be a short trip.
10 minutes. Oh, it's gonna be a long one. 5? Drive.
BMW M is a sort of brand shaper for the whole BMW AG, because the image and the reputation BMW M has created is always related to sportiness and to peak performance. One of the hugest separations between maybe other manufacturers is the fact that a BMW is always sporty. The customer expects a sort of sportiness. He wants to drive it, he wants to feel the passion behind the wheel.
Get ready. The weather is perfect for going on a long road trip. We're putting 3 BMW MCS to the test over very long distances, and it's your job to drive them one after the other.
Again?
You remember what CS means? It's competition sport, the sportiest editions of BMW M. As you can see, we didn't even bother to close the roads, so you'll have to deal with the traffic. But you have no trouble dodging it, right?
Car there, holy crap. And then put traffic lane to the right. Put it because of the cities. Okay, the city will be on the street. What the hell?
That wasn't an easy start, but you managed it like a pro. You've probably recognized the car you're driving. It's the M5 F90 CS, the one you went up against a bit earlier. The 5 Series is the oldest in the history of BMW. Not the oldest car, of course, but the first series they launched when they started this classification in the 70s. It's just crazy how much power there is in a car like that. She weighs almost 2 tons, and she's over 5 meters long. And in spite of that, she has 635 horsepower and can reach 100 kilometers per hour in only 3 seconds. For a sedan? Wow. Like, imagine taking your kids to school with this. The temptation to step on the gas is way too strong. She might be too dangerous for your own good. However, her design is, well, let's just say it's not my favorite, but I see why people love it. It's just not sporty enough for my taste. But I must admit, I love the golden bronze color they added to the rims and front grille. That's her signature. It's so cool. And now we have an M3 G80 CS from 2023. We've come a long way since the E30. Don't you think it looks a lot like the M4 CSL? On the front end, mostly. Well, that's normal. Actually, the 3 and 4 series share the same engine and chassis base. Before 2014, the 3 series models were released in a large number of variations. Like, too many variations. So, ultimately, they decided to make things clearer. On the one side, there's the 3 series with sedans and estate cars, and on the other, the 4 series with coupes and cabriolets. And that's the main difference between the two. What do you think about her design? Personally, I love how aggressive she looks. The size of the double kidney grille divides BMW fans, but I think it gives her so much character.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. It's gonna be longer if I keep doing that.
And finally, the icing on the cake. The brand new M2 G87 CS from 2025. And you can try her here exclusively for the first time. BMW are so proud of her that they regard her as part of the BMW 2002 Turbo Heritage, and now it's one of the most beloved cars of the 70s. So, does she deserve this honorific comparison? I'll let you drive her for a bit, before giving my opinion.
Guiding under about 10 minutes. Recap. Love it. The sun is blinding.
Look how fast she can go. She's obviously the fastest M2 ever. But what I love most about her is her uncompromising design. People will be divided just like the M3 and M4, but I'm a fan. I mean, look at this. It's her production form, and it already looks like a professional tuner has fitted her with one of the coolest kits around. It's probably too soon to say, but I think she's my fave. Among the three of them, of course. I think it's simply more fun to drive. BMW M2CS, a legend in the making.
Oh, at least the under.
You haven't claimed your reward for this playlist. Congratulations, driver. You just completed the BMW playlist. It's time for you to get your reward. Let's get back to the container. Drive and are not in the mood for using fast travel, let me tell you a few things about that reward.
Yeah?
It's a car you already know very well, the Batmobile. No, I don't mean the one from the movies. I'm talking about the 3.0 CSL. That was its nickname in the 70s. It was called that because of its aerodynamic spoiler. And a little fun fact, that spoiler was also featured in the street-legal version of the car. But to be allowed to sell it in Germany, BMW had to deliver it in the trunk. The customers had to mount it themselves. I can't wait to see you explore Hawaii in this historic car.
Hawaii? So kawaii. Hawaii, so kawaii. again.
Time for something fresh and new.
Go for the first. What's M2? Send it in.
Let's give the new playlist a spin.
Oh, yeah. Let's go for the Let's travel. Cross.
New challenges unlocked. New challenges unlocked.
Yeah, chill. Couple more. A lot more.
What's up, guys? It's Supercar Blondie, I'm here to make you discover the rarest and most inconceivable.
Yeah, the top plate. I was looking at the front shifter. That's the top plate gearbox. Okay. Yeah. Kepala dia. I think. Yep. Ini oopsie. Now those parts could on the other car. Massive D. Holiday watching. Thanks for stopping by. Isn't it? Tada.